Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, in the studio on a Tuesday morning. We have reached the trading deadline, and the Royals, in my opinion, made some interesting moves. Cardinals, what do you think about their moves?
I can't imagine the Cardinals without Tommy Edman on the team.
Yeah, that's one thing that That's a winner. It's a tough pill to swallow.
He is a winner, has been a winner, is a brilliant student from Stanford and all that sort of thing. Has not played this year, folks. I think everybody realizes that. Been rehabbing from a wrist injury and then most recently a sprained ankle. And he's been rehabbing down here with the Springfield Cardinals. Great guy, a catalyst to the successes that the Cardinals had. Of course, they were 20 games behind last year and finished in dead last. But the fact is that Edman is a key player, and now the Dodgers have him. The Dodgers have him along with a flame-throwing reliever who has had control problems, Michael Kopech. Then the Dodgers send three. Send three players to the Chicago White Sox, and the White Sox in turn send two players to the Cardinals, one of whom is a pitcher. His name is Eric Fetty, and he does fit into their rotation. Here's just an example. Fetty is 7 wins and 4 losses on the year, 7-4. That doesn't sound overwhelming until you consider he's pitching for the White Sox, who only have 20 other wins.
That's damn near 50% of their wins.
What is this? Anyway, he is 7-4, pretty good earned run average. Pitched in Nevada, Las Vegas. Did pitch a year in Korea, but he's discovered or rediscovered his availabilities and his capabilities, and he will pitch for the Cardinals along with a former Springfield Cardinal and a former Major League Cardinal, Tommy Pham. He returns to the Redbird. Pham has been traded by everybody.
Definitely a journeyman, for sure.
Well, he is. He's reached that point. Not really old enough to be a journeyman yet, but a journey middle-ager anyway.
Yeah, in training.
The Cardinals, many of the Cardinals deals are being made in the back door by a guy named Chaim Bloom, who is a young guy, but he's quite acquainted with Major League Baseball. He has traded for Pham on 4 other occasions with other teams. So he likes the guy. Well, we'll see. Pham does bring some maturity and some offensive skills, and the Cardinals certainly need that. They're in a slump right now.
Kind of needs a spark, too, and Tommy can bring that, too.
He does. Now, the Royals, on the other hand, got Michael Lorenzen, and he is a good player.
Yes.
Lorenzen can pitch. He's a fine flamethrower. Get him from the Rangers, and that'll help. The club traded Pennington, who pitched down here with the Double-A ball club, the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, but Pennington's been mostly with the Omaha Storm Chasers this year, so that's a pretty good deal. Lorenzen played his college baseball at Cal State Fullerton, so he does have a winning college background. He'll be good.
Only into day 4 of the Olympics in Paris, and man, there has been some drama all over the place. Take your pick, but pretty damn good tennis match, wouldn't you say, yesterday?
It was one for the ages. Unfortunately for both guys, they are over the hill, but Novak Djokovic took care of Rafael Nadal in straight sets. You knew it was going to happen. Djokovic is 36, Nadal is 39, and Mike, is broken down. He just simply he won in 2022 at the French Open. And that's the last time that Nadal has really had any success. He has foot injuries, leg injuries, arm injuries. It sounds like Ned Reynolds a little bit.
Been a boxer way too long.
You get old and those things happen. You begin to fall apart anyway. It was one for the ages, and it's interesting because that was their 60th match. 60th match. And now Djokovic leads at 31-29. But nonetheless, good camaraderie. The guys like each other and all that sort of thing. And 2 of the greats.
Yeah, definitely 2 of the greats for sure. Let's go back to baseball for a second. Speaking of being at the trade deadline, you want to set yourself up now for the slide down to the postseason. Where are we at in the rankings?
The rankings are interesting because the Philadelphia Phillies continue to be number one, although they have not earned it. They're in a big slump. Yankees beat them last night 14-3 in Philadelphia, and Phillies hadn't played well at all, but they have a big lead. And they may be coasting a little bit. They're still a very good team, and most of the baseball pundits think they are the best team in the league, or best team in the majors. Cleveland Guardians get the vote for second, Baltimore Orioles, Los Angeles Dodgers, New York Yankees. The Royals are rated 10th in Major League Baseball, 10 of the 30 teams. The Cardinals are 16th of the 30 teams. Boy, that's low for the Cards.
So even though the Cardinals were doing some deals in the back offices, how'd they do out on the field last night?
And interesting you mentioned that, too, because the trade deadline is at 5 o'clock this afternoon in Central Time. 5 o'clock, it comes to an end, no more trading. Cardinals played the Texas Rangers last night. Rangers come in. Cardinals had a 3-2 lead in this game, but couldn't hold it. And the Rangers get a 6-3 win. Nate Lowe had a 2-run homer. Nathan Eovaldi, who pitched very well, and he could possibly be traded now before the deadline today. Eovaldi is a valuable piece of property. But the Rangers win that game by a score of 6-3. Cardinals, well, they're just not playing winning baseball at the moment.
They're not. They are not. But we talked about the power rankings, and my Kansas City Royals are at number 10. So how are they looking?
How about this? I'm watching a little bit of the game on my computer last night, and it's suddenly 5-2 in favor of the Chicago White Sox. They're trying to break the White Sox, a 14-game losing streak. 5-2, they lead the Royals late in the ballgame, 8th inning. All right, the Royals get a couple runs back. It's suddenly 5-4. Are they rallying? Yes. Bases loaded. Who comes up? Bobby Witt Jr. So long, folks. A salami. Grand slam. It puts the Royals up by a score of 8-5, and that's how they win it. 8-5, and that is 15 consecutive losses now for the White Sox. That's a club record. They are now 27 wins, 82 losses. The roof has just totally collapsed on this ball club. They're getting it. Well, they're dealing. Of course, they dealt one of their better pitchers now, and then they deal Tommy Pham. So, hey, cash it in. Let's get somebody while we can. 27 wins, 82 losses. Gracious.
Would say that if you ever wanted to work in baseball, there's a chance you could probably get a job with an organization pretty soon. You just got to live in South Chicago, or work in South Chicago, rather. That's the only that's the only part. All right, so every day, of course, we've got Olympic coverage happening right now in Paris, and it's always a blast. It's funny to me because I was watching it Sunday night with my wife, and I looked over and I go, 99% of the time I'd be like, badminton? Why do I even care? But right now I'm like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
And it's very fast.
It is. But it's all kinds of sports that it's Olympics. It's great to watch it. Last count, the U.S. leads in the total medal count, but not in gold.
Yeah, in the total count they have 20, 3 golds, 8 silver, and 9 bronze. And among the other games, yesterday was the debut for the USA women's basketball team. They're overpowering, folks. They took on Japan, beat them 102-76. The Japanese team's pretty good. Now, the USA has some challenges, but I maintain my statement from last week. The USA's toughest game was their exhibition game against the WNBA stars, the young kids, Caitlin Clark and company. And the USA Olympic team lost that game 117-109. That's going to be their toughest game the rest of the way. And it's not even an Olympic game. It was a practice game.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of crazy opener matchups, the way they kind of shook down. But, yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch. And it's kind of been a nice distraction from the political ads.
Thank you, sports fans.
Ned, you have a good Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow.
I'm Victoria Cash. Thanks for calling the Lucky Land Hotline. If you feel like you do the same thing every day, press 1. If you're ready to have some serious fun for the chance to redeem some serious prizes, press 2. We heard you loud and clear. So go to LuckyLandSlots.com right now and play over 100 social casino-style games for free. Get lucky today at LuckyLandSlots.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.